dumping Sam's coal on my head.
My favorite thing about camp is probably the tracks, and we're doing the mega relay race.
My favorite thing about camp is I came here for the kids and I left the most humble person.
My favorite thing about camp was the tracks.
My favorite thing about camp is watching the kids love on each other and care about each other.
My favorite thing about camp is the worship.
My favorite thing about camp is the worship.
My favorite thing about camp is mega because we get to run around and have fun.
My favorite thing about camp is church group time.
My favorite thing about camp is having fun with my friends.
My favorite thing about camp is watching the kids getting closer to Jesus.
My favorite part about camp was the worship.
My favorite thing about camp, I think, was the Bible study because I just love my leader.
Favorite part of camp is hanging with my friends and learning about God.
The thing I like about camp, it was the free time.
My favorite part of the youth camp is the mega relay race.
My favorite thing about camp is worship.
My favorite thing about youth camp is all the partying.
My favorite thing about youth camp is sleeping. My favorite thing about youth camp was worship. My favorite thing about youth camp is the food trucks.
My favorite thing about youth camp is the worship.
My favorite thing about youth camp is meeting all these new people.
My favorite thing at youth camp was that I felt the Lord touch my heart.
My favorite thing about youth camp is worship. Is for church or for this?
Church.
I don't know what to say.